Good afternoon, fourth grade parents. This is Mrs. Day. I teach your child math. And I wanted to write y'all an email, but then I thought it might just be easier for me to send you a video. So before I show y'all something, I just wanted to let you know that this week was great, and we're trying to figure out a lot of stuff in our math class. And I'm certainly trying to assess where they are and where we need to focus. And first and foremost, we are going to be doing a lot of multiplication. And so we had our first time test yesterday, and we just did the ones, and that was totally fine. And each week we will add to the time test on Friday. This week we did ones, next week we'll do twos, the next week we'll do threes. And so at this point in the game, your children understand the concept of multiplication, but the speed is what needs to be worked on. And so this video is really just about some different ways that y'all can help them at home. I mean, again, it's not something that I can necessarily do at school. I have too many other concepts I need to teach, and so this is something that needs to become part of their study habits. So I have 4 children of my own that went through St. Thomas More, and so I understand how this works. And so I just wanted to give you a few ways that might be able to help you. So when we begin, I'm going to show y'all where y'all can look. So one place you can go is to the St. Thomas More website, or I should say the 4th grade website. And if you go to the 4th grade website, you'll see that over here on the left, there's a math page. And so if you click on the math page, you'll see that there are a couple of different resources for you to use. So this is Math Drills, which is a website where you can download different time tests or just different multiplication or different math concepts for your child to work on. There's always iExcel, there's Khan Academy. And then on this tab, this is the multiplication test. I put them all in our website. And so if you say you just want to have your child practice the ones, you can always print this and have them practice, and you can time them and make sure that they're finishing in under 5 minutes, and that's terrific. So that's certainly one way. And then I also put this multiplication chart, which is something that we will do almost every single day. I think it's super important for the children to understand the pattern of multiplication and to be able to do it quickly. And we started that this week, and you'll see these throughout the year. And as the year goes on, they become very efficient, and I find it to be extremely helpful. So you'll see this multiple times in their paper packets. But in addition to that, I don't know about you, but when my children were young, I would sit down with them and print a time test, and then I would forget to time them, and then I would get distracted. And so it just never was a very efficient way for me to help my children study. And so for me, I ended up finding a website that I thought was certainly worth the money. It's called Math Drills. And so you can see it right here. It says 5 + 4. And there's Math Drills Lite, which is free. And then there's Math Drills, I guess it's the full edition, and it's $1.99, which certainly is much cheaper than buying flashcards, which again is just an inefficient way for them to study. So even though we're just learning or just testing on the twos for next week, they need to know all of their facts. And so they need to be practicing, and it just needs to become part of their study habits. And if you practice 5 minutes on the iPad or your whatever device they're using, it certainly makes it easier, and it just helps them in everyday math because so much of our math revolves around multiplication. So I just wanted to show you this website. Again, I highly recommend it. There are certainly other websites you can use, but this is one that I use with my own children. And when I go into it, when I clicked into it, right now they have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And so, if I go back to the front, I can see that I can do a review that has 10 problems, I can do a practice that has 10 problems, or I can do a test, and I can tell it how many test problems I want it to have, but I'm going to say 100 because, of course, that is what the children are doing. They're having 100 problems that they need to finish in under 5 minutes. And it's super frustrating for them when they can't finish, and I hate it for them. So but it is something that they are going to have to do at home, and it's going to have to become part of it. And so I told the children on Friday I would make my children sit down and practice whatever numbers they were supposed to do, and they had to beat whatever time it was that was expected on Friday. And so there would be lots of tears on Monday and a little less tears on Tuesday, because eventually they would get it. And then they become super efficient, and then they love time tests because they're really fun and they're successful. They know exactly what's on the test. If they know the multiplication facts, time tests are terrific. So anyway, to go back to this website, if you go to the settings, I can go back and I can go up here and press multiplication, because that's what we're working on, and I can change this. So like right now I show in the 100 problems that the child is going to be tested on, it's going to be 0 through 12. Well, I can change that, and I can say, well, this week they're only working on 2s, so I'm going to take everything off and just have them work on their 2s. And the program times them, and they can see, oh, I finished those 100 problems in 2 minutes or whatever, and then they keep trying to beat their time. I recommend that you definitely make them study that particular set of numbers or facts for Friday, but I also recommend you making them do a lot more, because again, just because we're focusing on 2s doesn't mean that's the only facts that we're using in our math every day. They have to know their facts. And so if they're sitting there trying to count on their fingers or count by multiples, it takes too long. So again, they understand the concept of multiplication, which is super, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time focusing on the concept of multiplication. At this point, they need to work on the speed. And so again, I'm going to highly recommend this website. Like I said, there's no pressure to buy that. I'm just trying to help y'all out and give y'all some ideas of what things have worked for me and what things have worked for my previous students. And so hopefully that might be something that would work for y'all. And so again, the last thing I'm going to say is, if you don't have the St. Thomas More 4th grade website bookmarked, I would recommend doing that. The children can, I've sent it to y'all in emails, and I'll send it to you again in this email that I'm going to send this link to the video. But there's a lot of things in the website that I think are helpful to the children and also helpful to you. And the only way I've figured out how to save the website is to bookmark it. So, and I have also put it into each of our Google Classrooms. So the children know about it, and we're just trying to really get them used to using that as a resource. And so anyway, I'm hoping that y'all will as well. So like I said, here I've bookmarked it, and it's available to me, and I'm able to quickly see all the different things that are in 4th grade in one glance. Like I can see our class schedule, and I can see what we're doing, what our math resources and our ELA resources, things like that. So just be aware of that, but mostly I just wanted to give you a heads up on the multiplication. And again, any tricks I think are great. I just know, like I said, as a mom, I was very inefficient with helping my children, and having the app was an easy way for me to say, you go answer these 100 problems, and then you bring it back to me and show me that you beat 5 minutes. And again, I can't tell you how many tears I had to have before they would get it, and then they would be so proud. So it kind of takes the burden off of you and puts it back on them, which is really what we're trying to focus on in 4th grade, is accountability. So I hope this helps, and I'll send this along in a link. And I know that this week y'all will receive a back to school email video from us. And anyway, just make sure that you're always welcome to email me. We really encourage the children to email the teacher if they don't understand. We really try to press accountability and responsibility. But if there's ever an issue, please feel free to email me. I'm here to help, and I know this year is super strange, but this class is just endearing to me already. And so please reach out if you need.